Honeyguide knows where the hive is hidden, but it cannot break through the tree. The honey badger has the claws, the teeth, and the aggression needed to tear it open, but it does not know where the honey is. One finds the target, the other breaks through the door. It seems like a perfect arrangement, until a dark head slowly rises from the grass. A cobra is blocking the path between the honey badger and the hive. It raises the front of its body. Its hood spreads wide. Its mouth opens, exposing two venomous fangs. The honey badger does not attack immediately. It lowers its body, then begins circling. The cobra follows every movement, keeping the badger within striking distance. Then, without warning, it launches its first strike. The honey badger jerks its head aside. The cobra misses. A second strike follows instantly. Faster, lower. The honey badger moves back, but only for a moment. It swings one front paw toward the cobra's head. The snake pulls back, avoids the blow, and attacks again. This time, its fangs make contact near the badger's shoulder. The honey badger rolls aside. The cobra immediately moves forward. Another strike shoots toward the badger's face. The badger twists away, escaping by inches. It now understands the problem. As long as it keeps retreating, the cobra controls the distance. So the honey badger chooses the most dangerous option. It charges directly into striking range. The cobra launches forward. At the final moment, the badger turns its head aside and slams one paw down across the snake's neck. The cobra coils around its attacker. Both animals roll through the grass. The honey badger tries to bite behind the cobra's head. It misses. The snake thrashes and nearly escapes. The badger changes its angle, then bites again. This time, its jaws lock around the cobra's neck. The snake twists violently. Its body slams against the ground again and again. But the honey badger refuses to release its grip. It holds tighter. Its teeth sink deeper. The cobra's movements begin to weaken. Its hood collapses. Its body finally goes still. The fight is over. But the honey badger does not immediately walk away. The honey badger steps over the cobra's body. One step, then another. But suddenly it begins to slow down. The cobra's fangs may have broken through its skin. The badger shakes its head. Its front legs begin to collapse. Above it, the Honeyguide continues calling. The hive is close, but if the venom is already spreading, the entire mission could end right here. The honey badger lies still. Then suddenly, its eyes open. It forces itself back onto its feet. It is slower now, but it keeps moving. This time, the Honeyguide stops. It stares down at an old, hollow tree. The honey badger moves closer. A faint buzzing sound comes from inside the trunk. Then dozens of bees begin pouring through a narrow opening. The hive has been found, but to reach it, the honey badger must tear through the tree, while the entire colony attacks. The first strike tears away a layer of bark. The second opens the rotting wood beneath it. The bees respond immediately. They swarm around the honey badger's eyes. They crawl into its ears. They sting its sensitive nose again and again. The badger shakes its head. It steps back, then charges in once more. A crack appears in the wood. Honey begins leaking through the opening. Only one layer remains. But at that exact moment, a low growl comes from behind. The smell of honey has attracted a jackal. It does not need to find the hive. It does not need to endure the stings. It only needs to wait for the honey badger to break through the tree, then steal the reward. The jackal takes another step. The honey badger turns around. Bees still cover its face. Its body has already survived a battle with a cobra, but it places itself directly between the jackal and the hive. The jackal circles to one side. The honey badger turns with it. Neither animal exposes its back. Then the jackal suddenly charges. Its jaws clamp onto the honey badger's shoulder. It pulls hard, dragging the badger away from the tree. The honey badger is thrown sideways, but its thick, loose skin allows it to twist inside the bite. It turns its head and bites down on the jackal's front leg. The jackal cries out. It tears its leg free, then steps back. The honey badger gives it no time to recover. It charges straight into the jackal's chest. The two animals collide. The jackal is knocked backward, but it does not run. It circles behind the badger, bites into its back, and pulls again. The honey badger rolls onto the ground. The jackal sees its chance. It races toward the hive. Only a few steps remain, but the honey badger is already back on its feet. It charges from behind and bites into the jackal's rear leg. The jackal spins around. Both animals tumble across the dirt, surrounded by dead bees and broken wood. The jackal uses its longer jaws to keep the badger away. The honey badger lowers its body. It charges close to the ground, then attacks the jackal's front legs. The jackal loses its balance. The honey badger rises and snaps toward its throat. The jackal pulls its head away just in time. It steps back. The honey badger keeps advancing. One step, then another. The jackal is no longer looking at the hive. It is only watching the animal in front of it. After several tense seconds, the jackal turns and runs. The honey badger chases it for a short distance, then stops. It does not need to kill the intruder. It only needs to keep the honey. There is no time to waste. The jackal could return at any moment. The honey badger attacks the damaged section of the tree again. A large piece of bark breaks away. It reaches one paw into the opening, then pulls with all its strength. The final wall collapses. A huge piece of honeycomb falls onto the ground. After the cobra, the venom, the bees, and a brutal second fight, the treasure is finally exposed. But the smell of fresh honey spreads through the bushes. And in the distance, the jackal suddenly turns around. The honey badger cannot eat yet. The jackal is still watching from the edge of the grass. The bees still cover the fallen honeycomb. The badger hooks one paw around the prize and drags it closer. Then it stands between the honey and the animal waiting in the distance. The jackal takes one step forward. The honey badger raises its head. That single warning is enough. The jackal understands that returning would mean another fight. It slowly disappears into the bushes. The final thread is gone. The honey badger begins to eat. It crushes the wax between its teeth. It swallows the honey, then pulls bee larvae from the broken comb. The colony continues attacking, but its fortress has already fallen. Every bite is a reward for the battles the badger has survived. Above the tree, the Honeyguide remains perfectly still. It does not challenge the badger. It does not fly down. The bird understands that patience is the safest choice when a hungry honey badger is eating. Eventually, the honey badger has eaten enough. It leaves the broken hive behind. That is when the Honeyguide finally moves. It flies down to the shattered honeycomb. It pecks at the wax, then feeds on what remains. The mission ends exactly as it began. The bird found the treasure. The honey badger opened the door, and each animal received the reward it needed. The honey badger performed every dangerous task, but the tiny bird chose the target and guided the entire journey. An animal many times larger followed every one of its calls, not because it was forced to, but because cooperation offered both animals something they could not easily obtain alone. Strength can break through a locked door, but information reveals where that door is hidden. The honey badger is not immortal. Venom can still weaken it, bee stings still cause pain, and larger predators can still kill it. What makes the honey badger so dangerous is its ability to absorb punishment and continue fighting. It does not need to be the strongest animal on the savanna. It only needs to convince every opponent that attacking it will cost far more than the reward is worth. But this is not the most violent counterattack on the savanna. In the next video, a herd of buffalo turns back to confront a group of lions and rescue one of its own. When the prey stops running, what will the predators do? And tell us in the comments, who is the real mastermind behind this heist? The Honeyguide or the honey badger?